We went off to New Haven and we went to West Beach. It's not a pretty beach, it's not beautiful. It's got these dramatic cliffs behind you, and then you've got the sea, but it's surrounded by this slightly semi-industrial landscape. It's a bit scrappy. You can go there and be the only person on the beach. I love it when I find something that looks a bit unusual. You're not quite sure what it used to be. I'm particularly drawn to things that look like they used to have a function, but somehow they've been transformed into something where you're not quite sure what it is anymore. You can find some beautiful bits of wood that have been beaten up by the sea, or things that you think, well, they don't really belong here, they're from a forest. In a way, you want to know its story. Where did it come from? How did it end up here? And it could be something beautifully organic, or it could be something incredibly foreign looking or very artificial, but somehow it sort of winks at you from the beach and you think, ooh, what's that? When I pick things up, I put them in my pocket. If they're lucky, they get washed and sorted into a drawer. At some point, a few weeks later, it could be a few months, it could be a year, it'll catch my eye again and I'll pick it up and I'll think, oh, I know what that will go with. And then I start to put different pieces together. There's something about clay that has really drawn me in, and it's been a material that I've loved using for so long. It's something about the potential. From a lump of clay, you could make anything. And I like to think that you can tell a story with it. And that material of clay allows me to tell any story I like. I do really enjoy turning. There's something about the process. You're revealing something hidden in the clay. I think my making process has evolved through the process of looking at found objects, because it's made me look at the details. It's made me look closer and closer at the edges, the little ridges, the places where glaze pools. And it's in those little bits that I feel is the beauty of the piece, and so I've started to think more about those elements when I'm making. I'm using the process of making to explore intriguing things. I use all sorts of different clays in my making. Terracotta, I actually started to be really drawn to it. The reduction firing that I do produces this real rich multi-tonal surface without glazing. When you combine it with porcelain, or when you put pieces together, you get these lovely contrasts. Porcelain, it's like butter. When you throw with it and when you build with it, I just can't stop feeling it as a material. There's something about that terracotta and the porcelain, how the two work together, and it's knowing when things work together that I feel is part of my work when I start to put compositions together. I think what I'm trying to do with these compositions that I make is bring together pieces that I've found and pieces that I've made and create something new, something that together as a composition looks like a set of objects, perhaps a kit for something, for some unknown purpose. The curious utensils that I've been making, they're like looking at an object that's familiar, something like a toothbrush or a spoon, and thinking that it might have got lost, that it might have been on a journey and begun to change into something else. And so it's something that looks like it's a utensil, it looks like it might be a spoon, but you're not quite sure what it's a spoon for, or what is that brush for. And there's something about putting those together and again forming that kind of kit, as if these utensils belong together and serve some kind of purpose.